Hello to those who came to my reading. This is going to be on how do they feel about you. I'm going to be doing the Celtics cross because I always end up doing it like, what's it called? Like intuitively. That's pile one. This is pile two. Pile three. Pile four. Pile five. And pile six. Hello to those who came to this reading for pile one. Whew, let's get started. Okay. I did a Celtic cross and I did it with 3 different decks. So that's a lot. Okay, so let's just get started. I'll try to make this as organized as possible, as aesthetically pleasing as possible, so it won't look messy. So we're going to go about the heart of the matter in regards to whoever you're asking about and their feelings towards you. The heart of the matter. Okay, maybe you're asking about like your child or your friend, because this would be really weird if this was romantic. And the reason why I'm saying that's because this person is very attached to you, but this feels like a primal attachment. So what like a child would feel towards their mother or their father, it feels like that. Well, and if it isn't that, then I don't know. Either way, they see you as superior than them. It's like you're doing your own thing, and then they're constantly like, how can I be of service to Power One? If this is a coworker, and you're a boss, if this is anything but a romantic relationship, then I could see how this is like, okay, it's pretty healthy. But if this is a friendship or romantic, this seems like kind of a weird dynamic because they see you as like the leader. They think that everything you do is correct and it's always right. They're always like following your footsteps, always seeing what you're gonna do, and they always just want to be of service to you. But honestly, I feel like you don't give them attention, and I don't think it's in their eyes. I think it's objectively. You don't show them the attention that they deserve because it's like you're too focused on doing your job, and then they're like, oh hey, I came over to I came over to have lunch with you, and then you're like, oh, okay, but then you're doing your work even in lunch, so like you guys barely talk, and they made a bunch of like lunch for you, and like you don't even thank them. It's like you're being dismissive of them too. This is the heart of the matter, so this isn't even their bias influencing it. This is how spirit's seeing it. They have an unhealthy attachment to you, and you don't care for them. This sounds bad. Okay, no, I shouldn't say it like that. I was gonna say you deserve to have the repercussions of not having them around, but that sounds vindictive. So I guess what I mean is you take this person for granted. So I think that in the future, karma will come around where you'll realize this person's worth. But I mean, for all you know, you probably are very, very busy, and you have a lot of stuff to do, and they're just trying their best to be there for you. But this just seems unhealthy, and unhealthy dynamic. That's the heart of the situation. So I'm gonna leave one card to represent the heart of the situation. And this next spread is going to be what are the opposing factors that could inhibit, their feelings towards you? Well, with the Two of Cups and especially the Hangman card, they're terrified of a new beginning. So they're terrified of you treating them differently than you do now, which is kind of sad. I don't think that they want to let you know that they feel abandoned and isolated from you because they don't know how you're going to react and they don't know what kind of new beginning will come forth. They don't know if you're just going to end up cutting them off. Like, okay, you know what? You're right. You deserve someone better. We should end this. They're scared of that. They don't think that you're going to compromise for them. That's so sad. I think what's also inhibiting them from expressing their feelings to you is that I think that they kind of live an isolated life to where their focus is all on you and they're scared, they're terrified of looking for new opportunities or new people, maybe because they're scared of the realization that they deserve better or that it's mainly they're scared of the realization that you don't want to acknowledge them and that you don't care for them as much as they care for you. And they're terrified of thinking that, so they just don't even think about that at all. And they're also scared of realizing that that abundance and success and prosperity will be somewhere else, and they've spent all this time, so long on you and focusing on you, and they've reaped not one single reward from it, and they're scared of realizing that. That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Ultimately, these all are like they're scared of feeling like a failure. And even though what I said is true, what's stopping them from expressing their feelings, they don't want to express these feelings towards you. But with the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, it's mainly because it's like, I'd rather wait here for 10 years and build myself up and then just drop pile one and just never talk to them again and never express how I felt again, how they took advantage of me. But they'll always remember that you took advantage of them. But they'd rather wait to build themselves up and build up their character than to acknowledge it right now or anytime soon. I don't know. I guess it terrifies them. So I guess I think it's an unconscious goal of theirs is to find their worth and then leave you because you don't give them what they deserve. Okay, over here is going to be how do they think that you feel in the connection? Like how do they think that you feel towards them? They think that you only see them as a tool that you can use and you can call upon any time and you'll be readily accessible to them. Wow. Okay. They think that you see them like a prop. Yeah, like you don't have any emotional attachment towards them and you don't care about them for sure. You'll take anything from them and they'll be okay with it because you'll end up replacing it right back. But even if it's damaged and then you put it back, it's like whatever because they won't complain about it. That's how. Wow, guys, I don't know what you did to this person. Okay, this is in the past. How this person felt towards you. You got the Five of Wands 2 times. This really could be career. So in the past, how did they feel towards you? They had to battle so many obstacles, so many courses, so many things to get to you. Like, if this was career, it's like they had to compete against so many other interns, so many other prospects, and they were finally the chosen one. In the past, okay, I'm gonna say career, friendship, and then romantic. Okay, I don't know how this isn't family. This is, yeah, one of those. So friendship wise, in the past, how did they feel towards you? They saw you do something that no one was supposed to see, and they saw you do it, but I don't think that you realized that they saw you do something that they weren't supposed to see, or that they weren't supposed to see. My bad. Maybe they accidentally, saw some PORN tapes of yours, or where you're being really kinky. They saw you beating up someone, and you just come off as like a really happy go jolly person and a really sweet innocent girl or guy. Yeah, like they just saw you do something that will like defame your character. Hi, it's like with the Five of Wands, I'm getting you created you created a problem and everyone else was blaming each other for it, but you were actually the creation of it, but no one knew that you were the creation of it. But this person that you're asking about saw something that you did, or maybe you accidentally like showed a hint that you were the mastermind behind this whole thing. And how do they feel about you after this? What they did was that they turned around, they literally minded their own business, and they tried their best to steer clear from you. I think that from here on out, they started emotionally detaching themselves from you, but they're still following your lead. They're just gonna keep quiet, pretend they were gonna try to talk to you less too. Dang, this is just so. Oh my gosh. If this was romantic, it could be as drastic as. I'm telling you, if it was romantic, it was really bad. As drastic as them catching you sleeping with someone else. Basically, they ended up seeing you find pleasure in something that just wasn't them, but they kept quiet about it. You don't really have sexual relations with them anymore, and you just only use like sex toys to get off. This doesn't have to do with job though. This is pleasure, like you pleasuring yourself, or you pleasuring yourself with someone else, and then they saw. Yeah, and when they saw this in the past, I think they still have an emotional connection with you. I mean, they still wanted to keep an emotional connection with you, but from there on out, they started collecting, maybe in their mind or maybe physically, like evidence of what you did against them or what you're doing against them or things that you're doing wrong. Because I think that in the past they used to argue with you, they used to fight with you because they wanted to reason things, but then they stopped arguing with you and they just started collecting. You know how the show like 13 Reasons Why? Well, not that they're gonna kill themselves. It's just one, like once I reach this 13th reason, I'm gone. You get me? Like instead of arguing with you, they just, yeah. Okay, and this is how this person presently sees you. Yeah, this is bad. Like, you know how in the past I told you that you got the Five of Wands twice. Here you got the Five of Swords twice. Those are horrible matching cards to get. You got three fives. Like, so I'm gonna say the general energies. I can see how they feel like you're buying them happiness, so you're spending a lot of money so that way they can be happy. So maybe the way that they think that you ended up interpreting them them stopping to argue with you was, oh, okay, so I just have to give this person money and then they'll like shut up. Or like gifts, food, whatever, and then they'll shut up. Yeah, they're emotionally distant from right now, they're emotionally distant from you. But they're still by your side with the devil card. Yeah, with the Five of Swords and the devil, I'm seeing emotionally distancing themselves from you, like it's stone cold. Their feelings for you stone cold, but they're still living in the same house with you. Let's say they're still assisting you. But if you're in the same friend group, they're still hanging around with the same friends, but with in regards to you, like they're not talking with you at all. But the thing is that they're still looking at you, you know? So even though I can say that their feelings for you are stone cold, I think that they're just always waiting for you to turn back and look at them and acknowledge them. That's so sad. Okay, keep it okay. If this is career, just keep in mind that even though I'm saying, oh my gosh, this is so bad, I think that it's just like a strict boundary. You get me? Like I don't think that there's anything bad. If there's a career, I don't think this is like horrible. Okay? I don't think that you're a bad boss either. I think that it's just like, okay, I'm not gonna have emotional connection with them. This is just business. It's like that. It's nothing bad. But with other types of dynamics, this is bad. With these two fives, I'm getting that this person currently plots like how to get revenge or how to. You see, I say revenge, but it's like tiny moments. And I'm gonna say the two examples I'm getting over here. So with the five of earth, it's like you telling them you're the pink one and they're this monster, and they're both like fighting, but it's play fighting, but they want to take it far and they just want to take off your shell and they just want to throw in the ocean, so that's why it's forever lost. But then that'll mean that like you don't have any more protection and like you're gonna be vulnerable, and they want to see you like that. They kind of want to be like a little sadistic like that, a little petty like that, because they don't know how else to take out this frustration, or like they give you back kind of compliments or something, like they're just being passive aggressive. And if this is career, they're kind of just fed up with the amount of work that they're getting or the frustration that they're having in regards to you, and they can't show it to you, so they just fantasize about like telling you off, or like just telling you no, you know. This is going to be in the future how this person is going to feel towards you. In the future, I'm getting that with this Six of Water, Ten of Water, and the Four of Wands, that they're actually going to start liking you more. Like I'm seeing them more like opening up. No, no, it's not opening up. They're more of internally enjoying your presence now instead of hating it. I don't think they're expressing this to you though. I think it's more of them accepting you for who you are. So I think that before they saw you as like this huge, like major arcana and then being minor. You get what I'm trying to say? Like how I said before, superior. But then now they're seeing you more on their level. I don't think that you're precisely on their level. You shrunk like half of what the size of what you were before. So because of that, I think that they're starting to tolerate your presence better. They're starting to cope with the way that they feel towards you in a better manner, because they're starting to tolerate you because they like you more now. I don't know. So, but the thing is that the Four of Wands, they're still distant. They're still divided. But the Four of Wands is like smiling at the Six of Earth now. Just just doing honestly the bare minimum to acknowledge the Six of Water. But they're at least doing something instead of totally ignoring them, totally just using them. So I think that that's why. And I think that this is happening because they started asking you for more, like they started actually talking to you. They started actually asking you for actual like favors. Surprisingly, with the Queen of Water, you were actually agreeable. You're like, oh yeah, yeah, you're right. I'll make a compromise with that. Or if you wanted a vacation, if you wanted someone out of the workplace because they were doing this or this, like they actually listened to you. So I think that they're still being the same way, they're still being the same character, but because you're making your presence known, because they actually know your name now, because you're actually being a little bit more vocal, they're starting to notice you more and they're starting to be a little bit more nicer towards you. I'm saying they, sorry. They is you, and you is whoever this person is, okay? And what I'm getting with Six of Wands and the Queen of Waters, that like you're surprising, and the Three of Swords too, you're surprisingly helpful to them, which surprised them a lot. And I think that instead of keeping to themselves, now because they have a better relationship with you, let's say if it's coworkers or if it's the other friends, they're starting to be nicer to the other friends. They're actually starting to interact with the other friends more. They're starting to be okay with talking during the meeting, let's say. Ooh, okay, guys. And if this is a relationship, or like if this is romantic, ooh, okay. So, like how I said before, they're gonna start tolerating you more. They're gonna start liking you more. But I think that your relationship with them is slowly mending. However, I think that they're gonna find someone else because you're coming up as nothing but wands, and over here is water, which is the opposite. So I think that someone else is gonna come in their life, and someone else is gonna start mending their wounds and start helping them out. And then with the Eight of Wands like facing over here, they're gonna start realizing like, we're both just in two different directions. And they're gonna start going towards this other person's direction. So I think they're gonna start having feelings for someone else. Ooh, okay. Over here, this is what are their actions going to be towards their feelings towards you. Okay, if it's friendship, they're still going to continue interacting with you. They're going to do the same thing as they've always done. And I'm getting like muscle memory. So, like, okay, if it's business and friendship, they're going to be doing the same thing. And with muscle memory, I'm getting like, this is what they've always done. So they're going to still always do it. They're still going to always maybe be cordial with you. Maybe if they're holding a grudge, they'll still always hold the grudge with you. So far as what their actions are. But I told you what the future was. And like their actions is just to keep this to themselves and not do anything else about it. And if it's a relationship, whoever you're asking about is going to start going a different direction, as in like they're going to start being independent and stop being so codependent. Maybe they'll pick up another job. Maybe they'll start making new friends, start talking with their friends more. They'll start going out more, so that way they don't have to focus and think about you. And honestly, I'm not surprised if this person is indulging in drugs. Sorry, I said drugs. Drugs to forget about you. Well, I said drugs, so uh, maybe they could be sleeping with other people too. But it's just to forget about you, though. And they want to still distance themselves from you and go away from you. And the goal here, if it's a relationship, they want to find an inner balance and an inner peace, so that way they can know what to do in the future, which is what I saw in the past. Oh no, not in the past. It was the how do they think you feel about them. It was that. So they still want to work on themselves and be independent, basically, from you, and find their truth, and then you already know what's going to happen after that. This is Spirit's message for you in regards to this situation. Okay, well, I guess I'm getting a little bit more from your perspective. I think that you think that they're toxic, which I can see that, guys. I can really see that. So I think that you see them, this whole situation, this friendship, let's say, this relationship, this work environment is just, it's too hectic, it's too much, it's weighing a lot on you, it's taking a lot of your energy. So because of that, the way that you're coping with it is by being defensive and walling off this person, and you're waiting it out until they leave. Okay, well, that's funny because that's kind of mutual. Like, you have absolutely no passion for this person at all. Like, you don't really care about them. I think that you do care about them. I think that you just don't want to ever have type of connection with them ever again. And honestly, with the Hierophant card, Spirit's message is that you keep on doing that, keep on doing you, and that everything's gonna end up bouncing on the situation. However you're acting, you're doing the right thing. Like, it's gonna end up getting the right outcome for you. I don't really think that you care about the right outcome for them. I think that you just care about your own self. What's it called? Like self protection, like mental health and stuff. And I think that you're really banking on other people, distracting them and other people, like a buffer, so that way they don't talk to you or they don't interact with you. Like, you would want them to be independent. And if this is career wise, I think that you're very enveloped in your career, and I think that you're actually stressed out with your career. Like, I don't even, in general, you're stressed out, and I don't think you really like your job right now. And whether you have angry coworkers or non-angry coworkers, it's like it's someone that's going to end up being doing a job that I would have had to end up doing. Like, I think that you're still overworking yourself, even though there's a lot of people. It's like, you don't care if you're angry. I mean, you don't care if they're angry. You don't care if they're happy with it. Like just do it. Just get the job done. But with the Hierophant card, I actually see that you're going to actually start enjoying your job eventually, and everything's going to end up working on balancing out. Because I think that what's going to happen is that the coworker relationship between them is going to actually, they're going to start bonding together more. And I think that they're going to be happier with their work and doing their work. And because of that, it's like efficiency, and like the numbers end up going up, just basically it's going to be a lot more successful right now. So I think that right now it's just you're in a tumultuous time where you're stressed and you're probably exhausted, probably burnt out. But then in the future, it's gonna all your efforts are gonna all end up working out. So this was this person's hopes or fears in this connection, and look how much they got. They hope that you won't step on them, and they hope that you won't get angry at them. They don't want to cause any trouble, so because of that, that's why they're always in the background, and they don't want to show their presence towards you because they don't want to incite something, or they just don't want to start an argument. They don't want to start anything. This is really sad, but I think they see themselves like a dead fish, like kind of worthless to you. Now, if it's career, then it's less tame, it's less worse than that. But if this is something else, then it's like, I think that they feel a lot of shame about themselves. They probably have negative self talk and stuff. And on the bottom over here, it's like everything is a sequence happening all at once, but they're all from different decks. I mean, they're both from different decks. I think it's more of their hopes than their fears. They just hope that everything will align and everything will work out with everybody. So if this is friendship or co-work or a career, my bad, they hope that all the coworkers could, or all the friends could, all the coworkers could get everything done. in the proper amount of time, do their job, so that way everyone ends up finishing their job, then everything ends up being complete. If this is friendship, it's like you all mesh together, you all are cohesive together, and they want to keep it like that, and they want to continue on this cohesiveness between all y'all. If this is relationships, they really hope that it continues being, let's say you end up waking up in the morning and then they end up texting you, oh, I'm at work. So then you go to work, but then as soon as you go to work, they end up coming back. And then as soon as they know that you're gonna go home, they text you, oh, I'm gonna spend the night at my friend's house. And then you like just no interaction with you at all. That's what they hope. They really hope that everything just ends up working out like that. You guys just don't talk to each other and stuff. This is gonna be the outcome of your connection with them. Okay. Over here with the thunder and the honestly I forgot what card that was. And with the nine of swords, the outcome is that they're going to be forced to make a decision, whoever this person is, and maybe even you too. They're going to be forced to face, okay, you know how I told you that all they wanted to do was just steer clear from you? Well, they're going to be forced to interact with you, or they're going to be forced to acknowledge the whole thing with you. So I'm going to first interpret this as career. So if it's career, they've always wanted to steer clear from you, just didn't want to interact with you. But the problem is that there ends up becoming coming a time where they have to ask you for your opinion, and they have to ask you to reevaluate your opinion, which they don't want to stir up anything at all. And what you're going to tell them is, you know what? Why are we even focusing on this problem when we should do things like this? But I feel like it's like a tower moment for both of you. So it's a tower moment for them because they're like, oh, this my boss or whoever you are, it didn't actually shut me down, and is actually consider my opinion. But then it's a tower moment for you because you're gonna realize that that the way that you've been doing things has been totally off, and you need to go a whole different new direction. So you know how I told you that at first, like you were stressed out and stuff, but then in the future it was all gonna end up working out. You're gonna be happy. Everyone's gonna be happy. I think it's because of this moment, because this person ends up telling you something, and then you end up being like, it clicks, it just ends up clicking, like, oh yeah, we should have been doing this. We should have been doing it all this way instead of working like that. So you end up scrapping everything, and it ends up becoming a success. Like everyone's happy with you, they're happy with you. Great times ahead after this. Like you end up having more vacation days for yourself and them. You end up making more money with along with them too. They end up making more money. Like everyone's just happy. This is so cute. So if this is friendship, you know how I told you that they would fantasize about being petty with you or just doing something to be vindictive? They're gonna end up doing it. But I feel like it's something that they just couldn't hold back anymore. Like they're just gonna be end up being vindictive or petty or salty or something. They're gonna show it to everyone, including you. And what's gonna surprise everyone, I don't think it's gonna surprise this person, which surprises me, but it is gonna surprise this person that, but everyone else it will, that you're gonna be like, yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, I should have considered that. Like, you're gonna agree with them, or you're not gonna take it. You're gonna say something else that's gonna be affirming them too. Like, you know, I had that coming or something. And from there on out, they're gonna actually, I don't think that you are gonna, I don't know, but they're gonna think like, oh, okay, so this person actually wants to be my friend, or this person actually still wants to have like a relationship with me and stuff. Like this person still wants to bond with me. Oh my gosh, okay, so then like they're gonna start talking with you way more. They're gonna start, it's gonna go back to normal, basically, like how it was before. Like they're gonna have a lot of fun with you. I think that you guys are gonna repair your friendship. Oh my goodness, cute. Okay, and the last one is a relationship, like romantic relationship. I think this person might have a mental breakdown. I don't think you're gonna see it though. They're gonna have a mental breakdown and they're just gonna be like, why doesn't pile one just change? Like, why doesn't pile one just, why don't they just listen to me? Why don't they just like do the, like, why is everything like this? Why do I like pile one? Pile one doesn't like me. Like, I don't know. They're just gonna go crazy. They're gonna have this moment. And after this moment, if you guys are living together, they're gonna move out and they're gonna have a lot of fun with they're gonna find support somewhere else. They're gonna either in family or friends. It's either one. Like you're not in their life anymore at all. You're not even in the back of their head anymore at all. You'll probably never think about them again. I mean, okay, I'm saying I mean them. Sorry, them. They will never think about you again. They'll move out so that way they never see you again. They don't care they don't care how you feel about it. They don't want to care about you anymore. They don't want to think about you anymore. And honestly, they're going to be way more happier. They're going to find a lot of joy inside their heart, and I think that that's going to really bolster their healing process and their self journey, their self discovery journey. There you go. So yeah, that was it. That was crazy, wild ride. Hope you liked it. If you didn't like it, I sorry I had to tell you the truth. Please comment if this resonated, and like, dislike, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who chose Pile 2. Okay, so let's get into your person's feelings. This is going to be about the heart of the matter in regards to their feelings towards you. Okay. Same thing as before. I'm going to break this down for career. If this is about career dynamic, if this is a friendship dynamic, or if this is a relationship dynamic, romantic. So the first thing I got with the romantic, the heart of the matter is that you just won't let them cheat, and it's annoying. Like you won't, like you're in the way of them getting bitches. It's either that or yeah, you're in the way because it's like they constantly feel your presence, and it's like, oh, like if you weren't there, I'd get so much bitches. So they have to do real underhanded stuff to cheat on you, which they are doing it. So it could be like micro cheating, or it could just straight up be like cheating. And their friends know about it, but you have no idea about it. And I feel like you're constantly putting them in line, not just in cheating, but with everything else. So you're like, well, have you applied for the job yet? How come when I visited your work to see you, your boss also told me that you were doing a bad job with this and this? Like you hold them accountable, but like it's like you're like being a mother to them, or like a father if you're a guy. Like you're just always on top of them, so they feel like they lack freedom in this connection. Now, if this is friendship, I feel like it's the same thing where you guys feel are like hip to hip, like you guys are constantly probably texting each other in communication with one another, but you guys get along so well. Like everything's great, honestly. Your communication's phenomenal. Your compatibility is amazing, especially in regards to like making decisions and stuff. I think that you both like to ask each other opinions. There you go. But yeah, this is like an amazing, like unbreakable friendship. If this is career, your person, like I feel like you're the boss, or you're supposed to be supervising them or something. This would make sense if it's coworkers, but I feel like if it's a coworker, they feel like you're kind of a tight ass, or they feel like you haven't experienced a lot of things like socially. So they want to do things to help you out, to experience those things. And if you're their boss, they like the fact that they can sway you to do things. So like for their benefit. But even though I think it's obvious to you that they do this, but it makes up for it in that they teach you like cool or like hip ways how to do things, or new strategies that they learned in college, and you haven't been to college in like 20 years, so now you're learning like new things from them too. It's like that. It's even though they're doing things to benefit themselves, and they take advantage of it, and you see that it's like the benefit outweighs the costs. You get me? So yeah, and if it's coworkers, they want to take you out of your shell, and they kind of want to like mentor you. And over here is the opposing forces that stop them from, enacting on their feelings or something, or having feelings for you. I don't know, just anything that's just stopping them in regards to their emotions towards you. I'm getting in all scenarios, nothing stopping them. There's no boundary, or like their feelings towards you, there's nothing inhibiting them. There you go. I think that they make it known, their feelings towards you. Even if it's a relationship too, I think that they genuinely do care about you. If you're their boss, they do actually care about you. They think that you guys are compatible in a way, but it's just not their cup of tea. Like they're, oh no, okay. If it's a relationship, they like what you bring. They like the offerings you give them. They like your relationship, but it's like it's too much of something. So it might be too happy. It might be too like there's something about it where they don't feel like they're in the right environment. It's like, how they're both mermaids in here. Well, your person, if you're in a relationship, feels like they're a human and they always have to wear the oxygen tank. It's like, oh yeah, I'll still visit them, but you get me. It's like the environment. Like they just don't prefer the environment. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. But yeah, there's nothing inhibiting them, and it's pretty self-explanatory how they feel towards you. I think that you already know. So this is how they think that you feel towards them.
Okay, well, that came out.
If this is career, they think that you see a lot of potential in them, and I think that you're already very successful, or they see you as having a lot of experience in whatever you're doing with them, and they have a lot to learn from you. However, you have this boundary with everybody, and they want, how do they think you feel towards them? Okay, in general, they want to break this boundary with you, and they want to at least be semi close with you. But in general, they think that you see a lot of potential in them, and that they can be capable of being like you, or being close to you, or being friends with you. With that being said, I feel like nothing is set in stone yet in regards to your connection with one another, and they think that you think that they're scared of you along with everyone else, or they don't want to interact with you along with anyone else, like they don't want a close bond. Like there's always this sense of you have a superiority over them. If this is friendship, they think that you feel like they're sometimes chaotic, that maybe they over exaggerate, maybe they like to fight a lot, or they're just very expressive and they don't mind being tumultuous with other people. And they think that you feel like if you're like a balance to them, so like you can calm them down, you can reason with them, you can help just alleviate any situations that your person is in. I'm really getting emotional outbursts, so maybe this person has like a mental disorder. I don't know, but I'm seeing like you not only you tolerating it, but there's also a distance whenever it comes with that. So maybe there was an argument recently. I don't know. Yeah, it's really beautiful. They think that you're very giving to them, and you like to leave them little presents, maybe little chocolates, or you always surprise them whenever it's their birthday with the gifts that you give them. I'm just getting really happy. You guys are great together. Like you're very giving and you're very concerned about them, basically. And if this is the relationship, they feel like in general you're someone who is in control of their life and who already has their future set in stone, and whoever this person is a part of that. They feel like you want to micromanage them. You want to micromanage their life and what happens in it. And you do this because you think that they constantly need revisions and critiques. You see it as like, well, why wouldn't they want my help? Like I need to do this for them. They think that you feel like if you always gotta clean up after them. Yeah, this definitely feels like you are like the masculine one in regards to this relationship, and they're like the feminine one, and you're just telling them what to do because they can't keep things in line. So it's because they can't keep things in line, then you have to set up a plan and make them follow it. And yeah, I just feel like you feel content and in control in this relationship. So this is how they felt about you in the past.
The same card as that action.
Okay, look, because over here's the page, okay, and this is the Queen of Pentacles. So in the past, they saw you are the Queen of Pentacles, okay, you are, but now they see it as like a Page of Pentacles, like it's just tedious, it's constant, like they don't see the beauty in it anymore in your plan, and just you kind of too. Like it's just they're tired of it, like they've already grown used to it. But in the past, they saw it as new, they saw it as beautiful, they saw it as bright. Like what? Like this is marriage material. Like they can't just pass up a woman or like a man like you. They have to pursue you. So I think that they made it very known. This feels like a very action oriented person. Very known that they like you, that they wanted to be with you, that they were perfect for you. But the thing is that this is in reverse. So not only did they feel like you both didn't match, but they also look back on it and be like, how could I have been like that? Like why did I decide to get in this relationship? It's like that. But going back to the first thing I said, they never thought that they were on your level, and they still don't think that they're on your level for sure 100%. But before, they thought that it was like they could eventually catch up to you, but now they realize that it's impossible for them to satisfy you and be on your level. It's just their nature. They can't be consistent with things, and I feel like you don't tolerate that. Yeah, like this is in reverse and this is looking away. Like this is you. Like out of all the options, they decided to go after you, and they wanted to pursue you. They had all this passion, and it's like, why did I do that? Like I should have seen the red flags in that you weren't meant for me. Like they still think that you're better than them. And it's like, why did I even bother? Because now I'm just like sad, like I'm not living my truth. Like I'll never be on their level. If this is friendship in the past, I think this is back to when they first met you and when they first started getting to know you. They thought that you were weird and that you stood out and you caught their attention a lot. But I feel like it was so slow to get into this friendship. Like they saw it as like you two are on totally different paths. Like we're both different people, but they couldn't help but like laser in on you. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll get to know them. I guess so. And it's like slowly dipping their toes in the water. And well, look what's come of it now. If it's career, this is the same thing with the friendship, but they thought that they weren't qualified for the job. Like, they were just like, you know what, F it, why not try to apply for this position? And they don't know how, they still don't know how they got the position. They don't understand what you saw in them. And that's why, you know how I said before that you see a lot of potential in them? I think that's why they think that you see a lot of potential in them because it's like I literally have like little qualifications maybe, or I was in prison for 5 years and you're still taking me or something. Like I'm just so surprised that you'd even consider me as an option. So it's more like in the past their feelings was that they were trying to decipher like, okay, this person picked me, this boss picked me, so that means that I have to see the qualities that they liked in me and I have to bolster them and I have to work on them. And if this was a coworker in the past, I don't even think that both of you even noticed each other at all. I think you both overlooked each other too. Over here is how they presently feel about you, towards you. Yeah, this is amazing if it's career. They feel a kinship with you and they feel like you two working together. It's just not only is it bringing up the company or whatever, like it's helping up with the margins, it's making your boss look at you better and stuff. You both have this compatibility where it's like you guys just work together great, and it's like I it's hard to find a connection like this. If it's coworkers, it's like how did I overlook this person? Like this was diamond that you find. Have you heard of blood diamond? It's like that, like that huge chunk of diamond that you end up finding in like the rivers. I think that they were doing in the rivers. And if it's like a boss, if you're their boss, they're just basking in this opportunity that you've given them. They're giving you the rewards of it, of what they're doing. And they think that this is a successful connection monetarily and emotionally. I don't know if you guys are planning to go to the club or something, if you guys are friends, but so far I'm going to be interpreting this for friendships. They just think that you guys are almost like yin and yang. Gosh. Like they always want to be with you every single day. They always want to be by your side because they enjoy your company and it's like you guys get along so well, but it's so platonic. I don't know how to describe it. It's like if we don't end up marrying anyone, I don't mind living with you. It'll be platonic still, you know, but like still like they this is great. This is cute. And you know how I told you that I don't know if they were in a fight or something or if they were recovering? I told you how they were like get into fights or they get angered easily or something. And I think that this card, if that pertains to your situation, is like them healing from it. So I don't know if they're living with you right now. I don't know. And yeah, if it's relationship, they think that they just piggyback off of you and you're just like you're the one with the pants, you know, you're the one in control. And this is supposed to be their feelings, so I don't think that they really have feelings towards you. It's just it is what it is right now. Like I'm settling for this they're not even settling because it's like they think that this is the best that they'll ever have, like monetarily, as a girlfriend or like a wife or a husband, boyfriend. This is the best they'll ever get. Like, it's impossible for them to upgrade if you guys were to even break up. So that's why they're just settling right now, or it's settling. If this is a man, especially, they feel so demasculinized. Gosh, like it is just all over this whole reading. They feel like a little bitch. They feel like you're a bitch. Like you're the protector, you're the one with the sword. I don't know. I think that they probably feel some type of way about it, but they don't want to acknowledge that because they're content with where they're at with you right now and their living situation, probably. So, this is how this person's going to feel towards you in the future. So, you got nothing but fire over here, but oh, from the three different decks. It's so funny. In relationships, it's gonna be the same way. They're gonna feel the same way. Like they're really demasculating themselves. Gosh. Anyways, but I think it's more of they're gonna notice how other people are seeing that you're being superior to them or that you're the one with the pants. And I don't think that they like this, but they still keep on doing it. They still keep on being your little bitch, basically, in their eyes. I mean, they think that other people see them as wanting your attention, constantly being annoying to you, maybe even just constantly wanting your attention. I mean, they might get judgments from other people. Guys, I don't know if this is polyamorous. I'm saying, if this is polyamorous, they're not doing well in this. They're trying to make it work. I don't think that this type of lifestyle is meant for them. Feel like you're showing your time and attention and emotions towards other things and not them. So I feel like they're going to feel even more excluded out of your life. I feel like that feeling's going to get worse. Their goal is to only have your attention only be on them and for you to baby them. And their feelings are that they're going to actively pursue that. They don't even care if they look embarrassing in front of other people. Wow. Okay. In the future, how are they going to feel towards you? They're gonna, okay, friendship wise, this person is gonna feel like you're making other friends and you're showing more attention to them and you're not giving them the attention that you used to give them. Like they're only getting 1/3 of your attention instead of the 2/3 that you're giving to other people, other friendships. And especially if you start making new friendships, they're not going to want to know them or interact with them or even for you to even talk about them. Like they're just probably going to change the subject because they just don't care about them. So this is kind of like a jealousy. In the future, if this is career, how this person is going to feel about you, I think that they're going to continue giving you tips and pointers, and you're gonna take them. Like every single tips and pointers are like suggestions. You don't take it for granted. You listen to it, and I think that eventually you're gonna end up promoting this person to something, so that way they can be closer to you, and you guys can have a lot more time together because you really like their opinions and what they have to say. And how are they gonna feel? They're just gonna feel really excited, guys. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. They're just so excited that you're giving them this promotion. Now this is coworkers. I think you guys might either sleep together or they might end up like visiting your house and like we're like visiting your family. Like I'm seeing you guys really close now. You guys actually have a connection together now. And they're excited to see what's in store for the future with you two. They're still interested in you. This is what your person's actions is going to be towards their feelings towards you. If this is relationship, it's the same thing I said before. Same exact thing. They're gonna be your little bitch. They're gonna always want your attention. They're gonna be grateful for each thing that you give them. This feels so toxic, but they don't even know it's toxic. I don't even think they even know better. I feel bad for this person, and I'm not even blaming you. Gosh, this is toxic. You need to help them. This person needs help. They don't know what healthy is in a relationship at all. They're so codependent. So codependent. If this is a friendship, they're gonna feel like you're too big shot. But the thing is that like you're still talking with them, you're still interacting with them, but they're gonna start feeling inferior to you. And I don't think you're gonna realize this. So because of that, no, yeah. So their actions is still act the same way, but they're in the inside they're feeling inferior to you, or like they're not enough for you, or they're not important to you. They're gonna feel overlooked by you, but they're still gonna be by your side. They're still gonna talk with you, and they don't like the offer that you're presenting to them. They don't like the effort that you're presenting. They don't like the initiative, whatever. For co-workers or boss, like career-wise, it's two different ways. This is going to be the boss part, and this is going to if you're their boss, or this is going to be if you're their co-worker. If you're their boss, oh my gosh, you're gonna give them so much opportunity. Like you're gonna give them this one specific. You're gonna give them opportunities in general, but you're gonna give them this one specific opportunity where they probably feel like they have absolutely no reason being there. They have no credentials to be there, but you're still gonna give them this opportunity. And I think that this is like divinely guided, and I think that it's meant for them. They're meant to take it. So let's say you end up inviting them to a dinner where there's a bunch of CEOs, or they end up meeting the CEO of the company through you. You know, you end up introducing them. It's like that, so that way they can make opportunities for themselves, and you're doing what's divinely guided. If this is coworkers, this is the problem. So the actions that they're gonna have is they're gonna still keep on pursuing you romantically, but this ends up dripping into like work. And I don't think you're gonna like this. Like they're probably gonna make remarks and stuff, and it's like just trying to work. Like that's how you're gonna feel about it. But that's gonna be their actions towards you. I don't think you're gonna like that though. This is Spirit's message for you in regards to this connection.
These are 5 of Swords.
So, relationship wise, Spirit's message for you in regards to this connection is that you need to stop distracting yourself from the problem, from the root problem. And the root problem is that you know you have to take out the trash, which that means that you need to end this. I don't think that this person realizes, but you're you're throwing yourself in work, you're throwing yourself in other things, not because you're independent so much. Like obviously you probably are, but it's because you want to avoid this connection with them, and you need to end it. Because while you're out here ignoring them, you're trying your best to just throw yourself in stuff and just distract yourself from this connection. At the end of the day, it's like they're not a bad person. They're just I'm getting innocence from this cute little creature. Like they're just so innocent. They can't help but follow you. You have to let them know your boundaries. You have to let them know how to heal themselves. You have to let them know how to be independent if you want this to work. But I don't think you want this to work, honestly. I think that your passion's, out the door. And at the end of the day, your true life path is to do whatever you've been doing, except this relationship dynamic. This relationship dynamic is just going to hold you back from following your life path. And honestly, you don't even like whatever you even have with this person. You feel like you're just settling. You're not even emotionally and like soul wise, you're not even satisfied with them. Like, let's be real. If this is a friendship, Spirit's message for you, you don't deserve this person. You don't deserve, okay, this is what I mean. This person, I think, is your soulmate. And what you're doing is that you're finding bigger and better opportunities and you're focusing on those. And you're starting to put this connection you have with your friend behind you. And you're doing things to like make them like complacent, like, hey, well, you know what, can you help me out with this? Like you're asking them for favors so that way they can feel valid and they can, like, they can feel special. But Spirit's trying to tell you that that's actually being manipulative and you need to stop doing that. And over here with the Four of Cups and the Five of Swords, I'm getting that, you see, I did a pile for the outcome, but I'm already telling you what the outcome probably is going to be because this is what Spirit's message is for you. I think you're going to take these gifts that this friend gives you for granted. You're going to stop paying attention to them. They're going to seem less special to you and you're going to leave. And you want to know what? Karma's going to bite you in the butt because when you're down bad, when you have no one else around you, that's like this friend, when you come back to them, they're going to keep the door shut. If this is your coworker, I think you're going to actually find a new job. The Spirit's message to you is that you don't have to worry about this for long, or if you thought that this was going to last long, it's not, because you're going to end up elevating or something. Like you're going to end up, maybe this is temporary. It's like you guys are doing a project together for work, but then afterwards you think that you're still going to talk with them, or maybe you don't want to talk to them. Like either way, you're not going to end up talking with them anymore. So this is like a short-lived thing. If you're the boss, Spirit's message for you, okay, I think that they're going to tell you like their future that your future actions, though, like the same thing with the other people. I think eventually you're going to realize that this person has the potential to one up you, but it's more than that. Like they have the potential to either gain a higher position than you or to take your position. But the thing is that this person is still being cooperative. This person is still being grateful for you for this opportunity. But I think that you're realizing that before they can realize that. But I don't think that you think that they're already plotting because of their sneaky ways, but they're actually not. They're actually grateful for you. But you're gonna eventually leave them out in cold. And I think this is Spirit's message for you because you're supposed to know that you are going. It's the same thing like how I said in a relationship. You're gonna. I mean, it's the same thing I said with a friendship. You're gonna regret doing this eventually. Even if they're your enemy, it's like you'd rather hold them close because this person is on to bigger and better things, and I think that they're gonna end up one upping you in like in whatever job position you have, like finding an even better job and being a CEO. And it's like, well, thank you so much for doing that for me because I ended up becoming CEO. Imagine if I had stayed with you and settled with you, and then you're gonna regret it because it's like it was just your fear, stopping you from embracing this person.
Well, I'm still gonna be outcome a little bit.
This is your person. Oh, I wasn't supposed to see him. This is your person's hopes or fears in this connection. If this is a relationship, person, obviously they fear of you ignoring them and not showing them the attention that they used to receive from you. Major abandonment issues. Guys, I'm getting a drastic scenario. Maybe it's not for you, but this person will attempt to off themselves or threaten to off themselves. Gosh. Like if you were to ever break up with them. But I mean, it could be too drastic for some of you. But there, at least for one person that really resonated. They just hope that their mess and just the mess that they make distracts you and you'll always end up wanting to fix it because if you don't, they will take drastic measures. I'm not joking. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that would be for you though. I think it's like a hopes and fears. Okay, so up here for friendship, I was getting that eventually in the future, okay, this person, their hopes is that they're going to be petty with you and they're not going to share things with you anymore because you're taking their friendship for granted. You were going to end up being sad about it and they want to make you sad about it. But the problem is that I think that this person has an anger issue. Like, I think that this person has like does outbursts. I'm telling you, like, I'm not surprised if they have like bipolar or like borderline. They hope to do that, but the fear is that it will trigger like an episode. Let's say it'll trigger this anger issue in them, and they'll end up making a fool out of themselves and end up yelling at you and end up regretting it later. Because I'm saying like their actions being out of their control. They hope that they can reject your offer of friendship because you already have it with other people and you're clearly overlooking them. I mean, look how isolated they are, and look where you're at. You're with other people, and I say, oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Like here's a couple, and then they want to say no. They hope to say no, and they're looking forward to the day that they do that. So that way you can get off your high horse and don't feel like you're this special person. But like I feel like this person is very extreme and they probably go to 0 to 100, which is why I think that they have a mental disorder or like a mood disorder. Yeah, like this is like black and white, like them seeing you black and white. Okay, and career wise, if you're their boss, I don't think they have any fears at all. When you decide to kick them out, they're not going to see it coming. They're going to be so surprised and so shocked and so confused. And I think they're going to feel distressed afterward. Nothing but hopes. They were running on nothing but hopes and nothing but optimism for the future, and you end up dumping them. And it's like, what? Like, and if this is coworker, you guys used to be close. Okay, look, hopes or fears. Why am I getting the outcome? But they're supposed to be hopes and fears. I don't think they have any hopes or fears. Same thing with the other one. But the outcome's gonna end up being that you end up taking back all the stuff maybe that you left at their house. You're gonna end up deleting all their pictures or something, and you're gonna end up being in another connection with someone else. Yeah, and I don't think you're gonna see them as special as you did before. Why did this turn so sad? Like the last one was it turned out great. I was hoping that this would happen with this one, but this is gonna be the outcome. Okay, for a relationship, like romantic, okay, I don't think that you're gonna leave them. The outcome, or at least before you leave them, they're gonna actually take their power back and they're gonna start fighting with you. Let's say they're gonna start disagreeing with you. They're gonna stop being so agreeable. They're gonna stop. I think they're still codependent, but it's not as bad as it was before, for sure. They seem like a whole different person to you, but I think that this is how they've always been. I think that they've always been sassy. I think that they've always been. outspoken, but this is sad. You just never knew that about them because they were kind of like subservient to you. I don't think you're gonna like it. But the thing is that that's a problem with you though, because in a relationship, things are supposed to be equal, and I think that you liked having the upper hand the whole time. But now that they're gaining their power back, you kind of feel some type of way about it. But let's be real, that's just evening the playing field, and they know that. And I think that they're gonna start playing you just like how you've been playing them. But it's not in a harsh way. This is like, you know what? Well, I'll just get them back for this because they decided not to pick me up food when I asked them to. So because of that, I'm just not gonna mop the floors. And I know that they hate it whenever I don't do chores or something. It's like that. I like that outcome. I don't think you're gonna like that outcome though. If this is a friendship, they're going to end up finding other friends. And I think that I think it's actually you're going to do something to, like, you're going to be mean to them. It's something where, like, you're in the wrong, honestly. And their other friends are going to protect them, or their family's going to protect. I think it's other friends are it's going to protect them, and you're going to end up running off. And I think after this, you're going to see them on equal playing field. Like, I think that you're going to acknowledge them. I think you're going to actually respect them now because you finally found out their worth, but it had to take them leaving and finding other people for you to find out their worth. If you were their boss, I think that you're going to fire them, right? Because you're scared, like how I said before. But I think that they're going to go off and create their own business. And I think that's going to piss you off so much. Like it's what you were doing. You know how I told you that they were telling you hip and new things that you had to do, and you were like, oh yeah, you're right, like I have to do this to change up my strategy, and then everything ends up blossoming. But you end up firing them, so then they create their own company, let's say, or like they end up creating their own company, and with all this knowledge that they have that goes with the times now, not only are they going to flourish, but I think that they're going to take some of your workers with them, and I think that's going to piss you off. So I think that you're going to confront them, but the problem is, it's like as soon as you enter their building, it's like the security is like, who are you? And like you can't even confront them. Yeah, you can't fight them. I think you're just mad about that. I think you're kind of salty, actually. And I was just getting that if this is coworkers, you're not gonna have anything to do with them in the outcome. Like these don't even apply. So yeah, that was it. Hope this resonated. Please comment if it did, and like, dislike, and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who chose pile 3. Let's get straight into it. All right. So y'all already know how the Celtics cross goes, and if you don't, the order I'm gonna be doing it in is how the order usually is, but I just gave it my own personal questions. Okay, so in regards to how your person feels about you, this is the heart of the matter. So, like the last pile, I'm gonna be okay. The last pile, I split it up into 3 sections: career, friendship, and romance. But I'm being told to only do 2 sections. So, and that's only career and romance. Okay, so this is the heart of the matter. And I know you're asking about this person's feelings, but in regards to career, it's showing up about you more than them. So, for the career part, I'm seeing you trying to make strides, but then you keep on hitting a wall whenever it comes to this person. Or maybe like you guys work on a project and then it just ends up you doing all the work, or you feel like you're not properly compensated. But I don't even see you having an issue with that because I think that you think that this person has done even greater achievements, even greater accolades than what they're doing with you. So you're like selling with it and you're content with it. Because it's kind of weird because I'm not getting anything about them. I'm saying it's you. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's a little bit of the same thing with the relationship. It's talking about you and that I feel like this person probably grants you career opportunities, and in general they like provide you with things. Like I feel like you feel like a child, or this is how you're coming off, honestly, in regards to the heart of the matter. You're coming off like a child who's being told what to do, but it's because you need the guidance. So they're there to help you. It's like the older adult. I can picture them being older than you or way more mature than you. It's I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Because it's like they're always watching over you. Maybe they're the type of person to be very distant and watch you from afar. But then you end up making mistakes. Because I feel like you're like a young soul still. And they end up correcting it. They're either end up physically correcting it, or they provide you tools to correct it. But honestly, most of the time, I don't think you even use those tools. But it's because you're young. Like you don't know better. Like they're trying to teach you a lesson, and like it's just not getting through your head, because I feel like you're not that mature to really understand the tools that they're providing you with. Okay, so that was it. And now the next section is going to be on how does what hinders this person's feelings towards you. Well, this is a simple answer. If you're in a relationship, nothing hinders this person's feelings towards you. I feel like you guys are stable and like kind of settled down with one another. It doesn't have to mean that you're in a relationship with them, but I think that you both have a good grasp on what kind of people you both are. I feel like this person's very emotionally available, honestly. The only problem is that was whenever they're in work mode, they are not emotionally available at all, which makes sense. I mean, this feels like a very responsible and very stringent person. So someone who works hard and then plays hard, so they like to keep their work and fun separate. Okay, I gotta be real. If this is a business relationship you're asking about, or at work, this person doesn't like you at all. Like I'm getting like whenever. Okay, have you ever met someone? All they have to do is just be in your presence, and you just want to bully them. Like you just want to tear them down, like because you just don't like them. But they literally did nothing to you. You just don't like their presence for anything. That's exactly how they feel towards you. I'm not laughing because that's funny. I'm just laughing because like I don't know if everyone kind of can relate to that. I used to be a bully. That's why I can relate to that. Yeah, this person, I could picture this person leaving you out of meetings on purpose just because they don't like you. So they'll leave you in meetings with other people, but if it involves them, they'll just not invite you. If they're the boss and if they're coming around to work, they're not gonna visit and say hi to you. I don't know. This person just does not like you, and I think it's just the way you are. And I feel bad because there's nothing you can do to change this, because they're receptive to everyone else except you. But I think this is like readily known to you that they don't like you. I don't know if you've accepted it yet though. This is how does your person think that you feel towards them?
Man, that's a lot. Look at
Oh look, I don't know if you see, but it's the same woman. Okay. If this is a relationship, how do they think you feel? I'm more of getting, I think that I'm saying issues with you, but I think that they see it as like shortcomings that can be fixed. Okay? But I'm seeing it as issues. Because for all I know, they could be fundamental issues, but your person doesn't want to acknowledge that. With the Hierophant card over here, I was getting that your person thinks that you don't take the stuff that they say seriously and that you don't care. It's mainly that you don't care about what they say. You'll just do whatever you want. But your person knows, and I'm agreeing with them too, that they're coming like they're the Hierophant, like they're coming from a higher place, but you just don't want to take their knowledge. And then another thing with all these swords cards over here, I was getting that an issue that they see with you is that you're not good in social situations, or at least in the social situations that your person is always in. I could picture this person being very professional and maybe they end up going to like balls or something or like fancy dinners. And I don't think that, first off, I don't think you're like dressing for the occasion. And then even if you do, like you don't even like you can't act quote unquote civilized, but they will never tell you this. But I'm just letting you know that this is how they feel. This is going along with the reading of how do they think that you feel towards them, because I feel like they feel like if you'll do whatever you'll want. You don't care about them and their opinion. Another thing is that they feel like you're trying to purposefully embody the masculine energy too much instead of embracing your feminine side. But yeah, I'm really getting like a couple that lives together. It doesn't have to resonate, but if it's that, it's like you're the homemaker probably. And I think that this person is very grateful for the things that you do for them. So even if you're not a homemaker, I think that you do things that help their living situation. So you probably help buy them curtains, probably help vacuum the room, you help clean up their room, you do little things like that, and it means the world to them. I'm telling you, like, I think I'm saying it negatively, this whole thing, but honestly, your person sees it as something that can have like a fix eventually. And this person loves your fire energy. You're really coming off as fire, even in the swords card. Anyways, and especially if you do magic, this person fully supports it. And that's what I mean. Like, they think that you're so independent. Like, that you just don't care about what they're going to say because you're going to continue being you. So they're just going to accept you for that. And they definitely don't want to change you. And it's funny because this is supposed to be how do they think that you feel towards them, but not that they don't think that you don't like them, because I mean, I think that you both are very interested in each other and you both are aware of that. But it's like, other than that, there's nothing tying you really much to it. Like, always wanted to be around them. So even though, okay, you know how we said this negative thing about the social situation? A plus about you socially is that you get along great with their friends. All their friends really like you, they're really amazed by you, and they can't see like a better person for your person. You both have really good complementary personalities, even though you guys seem like opposites. If this is career, the person that you're asking about thinks that you hide from them. You literally turn your back towards them. Even when everyone's getting together and talking with them, you continue doing your work. And they think that you feel like you always have to be the one watching them and where they're at, and you'll feel really uncomfortable and like grossed out and just like uneasy if it was the opposite, if they were to be watching you. But it's funny because I'm saying this and I know they don't like you, but you're actually an asset to the company with the Seven of Swords I'm getting. And you're actually really cohesive with the work environment. Like, even with other coworkers, I think that they see that you get along great with them. You just hate them. Like, that's what they think. They think that you hate them. Or at the least, you don't want to interact with them at all and you don't care about knowing more about them. Honestly, I think that this person acknowledges that you're one of the people that has created the foundation of whatever this business is or whatever this co-worker. They actually respect you. Like they respect your work ethic. I think that they would. I think you'd be surprised to hear that they give you like glowing reviews if you ask them for like a cover letter or a recommendation letter. Because it's funny because at the end of the day, even though they don't like you, I think it's because you don't like them either. But they're still gonna treat you equally like everyone else. Not physically, but monetarily, they're gonna treat you equally. If you ever have an issue in the workplace about anyone, you can go to them and they will take care of it. It's not like if they'll just dismiss you because they don't like you. They'll be able to distance their emotions from it. So this is how this person felt about you in the past. Not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna say two different interpretations, but the main one I'm getting was that this person thought you were just another like hot body, like not even like a hot person, because I don't even. That's just so rude. I don't think that they thought your face. It doesn't even matter. Whatever. Who cares? Whatever. I think that you're beautiful. Okay. I don't even have to see you. Okay. I feel like everyone's beautiful. Anyways, yeah, this person only saw you as like a hot body, like a sexy body. But even then, like they wouldn't even check you out because that's how bored they are in their workplace. I don't think that they cared about what you brought to the company. Like they just hired you just because they could hire someone hot, and maybe they would check you out once in a while. But I don't even think that you would notice it or anyone would notice it. Like very subtle. I'm just letting you know that I think it is this. But if you don't want to believe this at all, or if you're like, no, like that's impossible, they're gay or something, or whatever gender you guys are, I don't know, whatever pertains, then it's just that they were overcritical of you and they overlooked your potential and the numbers that you brought forth in the company. They devalued you and thought that the other coworkers, the other people were better than you, when in reality you were doing the same work as them. But I think it was checking out one though. If you were in a relationship, if you guys got married, I feel like they think that you didn't care about getting married, that you just did it just because they wanted to. But other than that, it doesn't seem like a bad marriage. Because I'm just seeing you two very different, like not different, very independent and very isolated from one another in most parts of the days, and very few interactions. And then when they finally come home, that's whenever you guys can both interact. But I'm seeing you both living very different lives and being very different people. And also, with the Six of Cups and the Magician card, I'm getting that you two, regardless of a marriage or not, if it's romantic, I think you two are the same ethnicity. But yeah, even if it's not marriage, it's the same thing. Just very isolated from one each other's lives. I'm not even surprised if you guys are long distance. This would make so much sense because you two doing your own thing, and then once in a while you might text each other and you might call each other real quick. But very two different lives, very two different people. But you guys are both working on the connection willingly. This is how your person feels about you presently. Oh, okay. Well, then let me. Okay, well, I'm not taking back what I said before, and I'm talking about career right now. I don't think that they like you, or They just don't like who you are. They don't like interacting with you, but seeing you from afar without talking to you, without you noticing them, they like you. Because you're actually a real asset to the company, whatever business that you're working with them, and they think that you just bring great margins. That's really what I'm getting. And I feel like you're one of the idle employees. But honestly, how do they feel about you presently? Even though I'm saying that, they don't think about you every single day, probably once a week, whenever they're looking at numbers. And then maybe they glance at you and then they look away. Because this person, first off, this person, I think that they're addicted to putting stuff up their nose, if you know what I mean. I think that they're a mess. It's not even alcohol, it's that. It, this person is lost in their head. This person's a mess. They're an addict. They're an addict, guys. And I feel like it's hard to for them to even focus in reality on mundane things. So you know how I told you before, I said something about them being bored of their job, or like, I don't know what I said. Never mind. I don't know what I said. But this is like amplified because it's like I can, like, it's a good thing that this is a boring job because I can barely focus on the mundane tasks that it feels like I did a day's hard work when I just did 3 hours of work, but that's only what I'm capable of right now because I'm addicted to something, or I'm definitely not in right headspace. Okay, in regards to relationships, if this is a marriage, I think you went like on a vacation or you're not here presently. Because I'm seeing them actually doing the housework, and I feel like they do feel lonely, but then they don't because they focus on housework and then their work. But then whenever they get home, all they think about is you. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. And if you guys are married, if you don't resonate with that, then I think that your person's job to them is really mundane and simple. They're so used to it for years that it's like muscle memory. And I feel like recently they've been getting bored of it, or like they've just been like, when you know how whenever you go to work and just like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. But like lately, they've been feeling more of that. But then they start texting you, let's say, or they start thinking about you, and they just get happier, which is so cute. And I think that this person really misses you, especially if this is long distance. And I think that they're just like the more time they spend apart from you, the more they want to spoil you whenever the next time they see you. That's so cute. So in the future, this is how your person's gonna feel towards you. Okay. In the future, this is career. This person, this boss, I think it's your boss, honestly. They're gonna be able, you know how I told you that they just can't really like look at you for too long, or they definitely just don't want to interact with you. I think that they're going to be able to put their emotions aside of how they feel about you, and they're going to start interacting more with you, but like only like a little bit, because of your work, because they just really like your work, so like they just want to see how you're doing with your work. So don't be surprised if this person ends up like hitting you up a little bit more, like asking you how you're doing, asking you like your opinions on stuff. But this isn't an active talk, honestly, because they don't like talking to you. They only want to ask you for work purposes. And also, if this pertains to your career, this person is definitely going to want to mix and match you with other people and projects, or like just work, to see how you're doing and how you will progress. Like, who will you fit well with? Well, this is a relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if your person, because in the future, how their feelings towards you. First off, I'm getting so much sexual energy, so much, so much sexual energy, and I think it's because you've been gone for a while. Like they are ready for you. They are ready for you. They already have it all planned out in their head. They already had a bunch of scenarios about it, like you know. And I was gonna say, don't be surprised if this person ends up. I don't think they really mean it, but then they do, but then they don't mean it right now. But don't be surprised if this person says like, I wanna make you have a baby or something along those lines. But I don't think that they mean it. But maybe in like a few years they'll mean it. Cause yeah, this person just sees you as wife material. Yeah, that's that's it. This is gonna be your person's actions towards their feelings towards you. By the way, I keep on getting Spanish songs. Like I'm getting Selena right now. I forgot what it's called, but I keep on getting random Spanish songs. So I don't know if you guys are Hispanic. I don't know if that just resonates. I don't know. And in a relationship, this is okay. I guess this is surprising, but you know how I said that I saw that there was a distance between you two? I think that right now this person's pushing you away. So their actions towards their feelings is that they're pushing you away right now because I don't think they can really focus on you. I'm seeing them leaving you like high and dry, honestly, which is confusing, but I don't know what your situation is. But like they need to focus on something other than this relationship. But they see it as like they're leaving you in like torment. Like I know this sounds like it's just like you're being like over exaggerating to them, you know, like okay, like calm down, I'm just gonna eventually see you, just like not right now. And if it's career, you know how I told you that this person was like in a dark place? So their actions towards their feelings towards you. The problem is that I told you in the beginning that they held this all in, that they hated you, that they like didn't like you. But because they're in a dark place, it's just starting to manifest like slip out in the outer. So not only is it slipping out towards your other coworkers, towards other people, but also it's into indirectly slipping out to you. Like they're a mess, and it's getting everyone else. Like everyone else is picking up on their bad energy, and I don't think it's necessarily that you're picking up on it, but you're seeing you're experiencing the consequences of their actions, and it's annoying you because you don't have any control over whatever they're doing. Like they're just messing things up, and you have to clean it up. I don't see them. I don't see them trying to mess with you, like confront you with you and mess with you. But I could picture them like end up paying you like half the money that you ended up deserving, like for the week, and they're just like not responding to your emails or something. So this was Spirit's message for you in this situation. I kept on trying to pull out cards and like no cards came out. Spirit's message to you is simple, and it's that while you're here, you're probably sad about how they're treating you, or you're probably like, you don't know how to channel this anger or sadness or rage that you feel towards this person because they're blocking you out or they're probably treating you not right. This is both career and relationship, okay? You know I'm saying that, but I probably your feelings and emotions are very justified, but this is Spirit's message is that you need to understand where they're coming from. And if you don't know where they're coming from, then you should try finding out where they're coming from. If you don't know anything, if you don't ask ever about anything about this person's job, maybe you should start asking about this person's job. I think that you'd be surprised that they end up slipping up about stuff where it's like, oh wow, that person's probably like, that's actually a lot of work and you did that all like one day. I'm really surprised. Or like, oh, this person doesn't sound like they're in the right state of mind, like with the career part. I don't know. I feel like the answer is evident for you to be able to empathize with them. And then I feel like this pent up anger, resentment, or sadness will go away for what you feel towards them. So this is your person's hopes and fears towards this connection. Okay. If this is career, I think it's a fear on both ends from the fear that they have on them and a fear that they have towards you. Okay, I'm gonna say towards you first. So they fear that you'll realize that you're worth more than what you're getting paid for, or than what the position you have and the amount of work that you're doing. Because if I'm being real, this person knows that they're shortchanging you and that you deserve a way better pay, or you've been deserving a way better position since like a long time ago. This person ends up projecting themselves. I think that this person actually just doesn't like you, but it makes it worse. Like they don't want to change the fact that they don't like you because they fear interacting with you, because they fear that they're gonna slip up about something about you, like deserving better, or they're especially fearing that they're gonna slip up about you hearing them offer a raise to someone, especially that offering a higher position to someone. They want to do that silently. They don't want you ever finding out, because I feel like they know that you'll take the opportunity. You'll probably go to their office or something and be like, you know what, I think that I don't think that Amanda deserves that. I think that I actually deserve that because I have these qualifications. I have these qualifications. My numbers are always better than them and stuff like that. Why aren't you choosing me? Then they would have to end up giving it to you, and they do not want you to be anywhere near their level. And honestly, like how I was mentioning before, with these three cards, this is the Emperor, this is the Strength card, and this is the Three of Swords. They fear I think that they're doing is that they're shortchanging you and they're distracting you with smaller freaking activities that they know. Sorry, let me rephrase this. This person's scared of you taking their job. They don't care if you get a higher position than them. They're just scared of you taking their job because they see them and you. But like right now they're lazy, honestly. I feel like they're not being the right person in the position, and they're terrified to change that. And I feel like they're complacent with the place that they're at, but they see that you have the potential to rise up and take their spot, and they fear that. Look, guys, in relationships, I can describe to you every single thing I've seen in the imagery, which is like five different things. No, I think it's like seven different things. But at the end of the day, I've already repeated this, so I'm gonna just say straightforward. Their hopes, like they just know, and they're banking on the fact that you two are gonna be a couple like for life, and that probably like marriage, that you guys are gonna live together, that you guys are gonna be happily ever after, like that you guys are going to always have fun together. The fun will never end. They look forward to also taking care of the house along with you. They look forward to share responsibility with you. It's just like typical marriage thing settling down. That's what they look forward to. That's their hopes. And this is gonna be the outcome of your connection with them. So I'm getting that I'm gonna get simultaneous interpretations for both their career and the relationship. So it's probably gonna end up being the same outcome. And I would just like to point out it's interesting that you guys got the Ten of Cups and then the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, I just got the outcomes for both of them right now, but I'm gonna see the relationships first. Both of them, either way, they're really cute and they actually have a happy ending. You guys, this is the Lovers card and this is the Justice card. Like, you're reading so beautifully. Then you got the Two of Cups, like, amazing. That's how it ends up ending for both of you, okay? So just let me start with the relationship because I assume that a lot of you guys are here with the relationship. So it's showing the way that you guys are gonna go about your lives. So this is your person. So this is the Two of Swords, and I'm seeing that more of like they're really involved with something socially. Like they have to socially interact with people. This could be marketing. It could be a business. Like they're in a business. I don't know, but it's just they're very socially savvy, and that's what they have to do with their career. And I'm seeing that being like the main thing on their mind. But then whenever they go home and they're able to rest and they're able to turn off work modes, they end up doing things with their partner, which is you. So your person, this is so cute. It's really cute. And it's like you guys bonding over yoga, you guys bonding over hiking, you guys bonding over playing video games. Like it's just like random things that you guys can do and learn together, and like activities you end up doing together. So with the Nine of Cups in reverse, I'm actually getting like you are the one that's gonna be in the forefront pushing these types of projects, and they're gonna just go along with it just because they're like trying something new. And it's really cute because over here, okay, this is about what's on their mind the majority of the time. You know, I guess of their days. So over here with the Knight of Cups, it's like you. I'm telling you, I feel like you're like a free spirit. I think it's like what's on your mind the majority of the time is you being a freelancer, you being a free spirit, you investing in your art projects. Maybe you're very creative, and let's say if you're a homebody, then it's that, but it's like you planning out the activities that you're going to do with your partner. So that way, when they come home, it's already all set up. And then you guys end up doing it together. And then with the lovers and the justice, it's like, yeah, that's right. Like, I was the one that puts it all together. I'm the one that's like, I'm the one that's even like making this relationship like even like last, like whatever, like oh I'm so special. But I'm saying that like if you're being selfish, but it's coming from like a good way. You know how look like I'm saying it like that because I'm selfish like that too. So I feel like if I was really feeling myself, I would be like, oh yeah, I'll say that. But let's be real, you know, like a relationship is that equal give and take is 50-50. Obviously the other person gives as much as you, but it's like whatever, like this wouldn't be happening without me. You know, really you really hyping yourself up. I'm really seeing that. And then you know how I told you that you get along with your friends a lot? Over here with the Eight of Pentacles, I'm really seeing that. And it's coming over here with your person because it's like that's what's important to them, their love life, their job, and their friends, and they're satisfied with it. You're satisfied with this relationship, you're satisfied with your independence that you get to have, and you both feel your souls are fulfilled. And because of that, you guys are fulfilled together, and like it's like an unbreakable bond, and you guys are going to be with each other forever. Honestly, that is so cute. Okay. And if it was career, this is the scenario I got for you guys. So over here's Two of Swords, but that was supposed to represent once again the person that you're asking about. So your person, they're gonna get a career opportunity or an opportunity to raise up from the position that they're in. And they're gonna be so happy. I think that they're gonna invite everyone for drinks, or they're gonna throw a like a party, and they're gonna spend a lot of money on it. I'm telling you, and I'm seeing them celebrate along with you. Like they're including you in the celebration because like they're so happy. It's like you know what, like why not include Pal 3? Like come on, like let's go. And all of you guys are having fun together. But then it's so funny because with the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Justice card over here, I was getting that they're gonna be happy, they're gonna be elated, they're probably gonna want to interact with you, but I think you're gonna treat them the same exact way. Which is like your back's turned to them, you don't want to face them, you don't really care about interacting with them, but they're going to be so happy that I think that they're going to actually try to like interact with you, they're going to try to incorporate you, and it's like okay, I'll be in it, but I'm just not going to look at you at all, I'm not going to interact with you at all. And then with the Two of Cups, it ends up ending in that they're going to want to pursue something with you, but you're not interested at all. So it doesn't have to be romantic though. It could be like a friendship. Like they actually want to befriend you now. They're actually seeing you differently now. And you're just like, I don't care. But that could change for all I know. So I don't know. But that was the ending of this. Please like, dislike, comment if this resonated. I read your comments and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye.